Okay, question 13. We have some different parts of this question. The first one is a fractions question. We've got 3/7. I'll just write it out again so that it's a little bit clearer to see. 3/7 multiplied by 56. Okay, now the first thing that I notice here is that 7 goes exactly into 56. So I know that 7 times 8 is 56. So I know that 56 divided by 7 is going to give me 8. So that leaves me then having to multiply by 3, giving me the answer then of, what does it give me an answer of? 8 times 3, so it gives me the answer of 24. Okay, so essentially there I'm working out 56 divided by 7 is 8, multiplying that by 3 to give me the answer 24. We have here then 0.5 times 0.3. There's one more question. Well, 5 times 3 is 15, and there are two numbers the other side of the decimal point. Okay, so the answer is 0.15. Move down here a little bit. I can't quite see this one. I think it's 3/8 minus a quarter. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with 3/8 minus a quarter. I think I remember this question. Okay, so we're subtracting two fractions. We need to have common denominator. That's the first thing. Okay, so it becomes 3/8 minus 2/8. So we're just rewriting 1/4 as 2/8. And then very quickly you can figure that your answer, let me just rub that out there, apologies. Very quickly, 3 minus 2 gives me 1/8. Part B, Lee's salary is 16,000 and he's due to get an increase of 5%. How much will this increase be? Okay, so we're going to look at, well, I mean, I guess pretty quickly you can say that 10% is equal to 1,600. That would be the first thing. Okay, so we're just dividing by 10 there, I guess. And then the 5% will just be half of that. So 5% will be 800. And that's what we're asked. So we're not asked to add that on and work out how much his final salary will be. We're asked to work out what the increase will be. So there we have the answer, £800. The salary will be increased by £800. Question 15 we're on to here now. The copy's a little small, so I'm going to try to increase the size of that. So write down the fraction shaded. So the fraction that's shaded, that's important, in its simplest form. Okay, well, it's a little bit awkward. I'm going to do my best here. So if I count the slices, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 9 slices by the looks of things there. So write down the fraction that's shaded. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ninths are shaded. So in its simplest form, we can cancel that down, and the answer is 2/3. Okay, part B. Let me just bring this up a little here. Okay, what fraction or which fractions in the list are not equivalent to 1/4? Okay, well, 3/12. We can divide each number by 3, and that will give us 1/4. Okay, so that is 4/15. Well, if I divide by 4 here, well, 4 doesn't go into 15, so 4/15, that isn't 1/4. 5/20, yeah, that is, so I can divide by 5. I can divide each number by 5 here, and that will give me 1/4. This one, 6/24, if I divide each number by 6, I will get 1/4. Okay, so 6 into 6 goes once, 6 into 24 goes 4 times. Okay, so apologies, I haven't worked that out each time. I maybe should, but there you have it. That is, and finally we have 8/30. Well, if I divide that by 8, I can't divide 30 by 8. So once again, that is not equivalent. So which fraction is in the list? The answer is that 4/15, and I'll separate them by a comma. We need to have them both. You can see it's 2 marks. That's what your 2 marks obviously are for. 8/30. Question 15. John uses 3/4 of a tin of paint to paint a garden shed. What is the least number of tins required to paint 10 similar sheds? Well, you've got 3/4, and of course for 10 we've got to multiply by 10. Now that gives me, if I just do 3 tens or 30, 30 divided by 4. Okay, now that equals, as a fraction, if we take that from the improper fraction to a mixed number, it gives me 7, and 7 fours are 28, so I've got 7 and I've got 2/4 left. Okay, now the question is, what is the least number of tins? Okay, so if I need 7 and 2/4 tins, well then that means that in the shop I've got to buy 8 tins. I don't think there are any more. No, there are no more questions. Okay. Ravi has £600. He spends 1/4 of his money on clothes. So clothes, he spends £150. 1/6 of his money on his holiday, so he spends 1/4 of his money on clothes and 1/6 of the money on his holiday. Oh, it's really bad handwriting. Sorry about that. So 1/6. Okay, so 1/6 of 600 is 100. Okay, hopefully you can see that. They're two reasonably straightforward calculations. Okay, so I'll just write. So first of all, I had 1/4 of 600. Is my working out that gave me 150, and then I had 1/6 of 600, and that gave me 100. Now, what fraction of the 600 has he left? Well, in monetary terms, he's the clothes in the holiday 250. So left, then he has 600 minus 250. So he's got 350 left. Now that's out of £600 that he had originally. Okay, so we can then simplify that. What fraction of the 600 is left? 350 over 600. Well, I'm going to cancel those zeros. So that's 35 over 60. I'm going to divide that by 5, and that gives me 7 over 12. So the answer I'm going to put in is 7/12. Okay. Now notice it doesn't say, I've actually done a little bit of extra work at the end there, because it doesn't say that you need to give your fraction, your answer, in its simplest form. So in actual fact, you would still score full marks for 350 over 600. Question 18. Write, that's the number 4,800,000 in standard form. Well, remember, you should review your notes in standard form if you're not sure what form that takes. But we have a number between 1 and 10. So that's going to be, I'll write it out just a little bit bigger here, that'll help with the explanation. So there's 4,800,000. Okay, now to get a number between 1 and 10, I need to move the decimal point from here where it nominally is, and I got to move it along 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots to here. Okay, so the answer 4.8 multiplied by 10 to the power of, and 4.8 has got to get bigger, okay, 10 to the power of 6. So that's the answer. Now, solving some equations. These are straightforward 1-mark questions. Okay, let me get a little bit bigger just and straighten it up. Okay, so solve the equations. 9x equals 27, and that's just straightforward. X is equal to 27. You've got to divide by 9, so the answer x is equal to 3. Okay, straightforward really, that should be. 20, y divided by 3. So remember, when it's written like that, y over 3 like a fraction, that's y divided by 3. Okay, so y equals 6 multiplied by 3, so y is equal to 18. 18 over z equals 3. This actually takes 2 steps to get to the answer. So the first step, we're going to treat it just like we did in the previous one. Okay, so in the previous question we said that y was equal to 6 times 3. Okay, so this time I'm going to say that 18 is equal to 3 times z. Okay, so exactly the same method as we used in the previous question. And now we just need to take one more step to get our answer. Z is equal to 18 divided by 3. So Z is equal to 6.